Hey everybody, I'm Big Heart. I hope you got your taste buds ready for a joyride. This is Smoking with a Big Heart. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Big Heart and welcome to another edition of Smoking with the Big Heart. As you can see, I got coffee, not beer, so it must mean it's early in the morning. It's time to do a beer butt turkey. So we got a fine selection of poultry here. I've chosen young turkeys because when you're smoking a turkey, the ideal weight is 13 pounds or under. You don't want to do anything larger than that because it just gets difficult to cook it evenly. So what I got here, I got a young one that's about 10 pounds. This is ideal. This is the size that you want to do. And for this bird, you can go ahead and do a regular size beer can that'll fit right up inside of it like you've seen on our beer butt chicken episodes. And if you happen to have a turkey with a larger cavity, you can open up a can of beans, chili, any sort of vegetable and find a can that'll fit in a cavity and go ahead and fill this up with your beer. You know, just crack one open, fill it up, and stick it inside that bird. Now what I've done is I prepared a rub and rubbed these turkeys down. And I've done the rub like you've seen in previous episodes with paprika, salt, pepper, sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, celery seed, mustard powder, and I've rubbed these things down liberally. Gotten every nook and cranny, stuck it on the inside of them, just got them real happy with the flavor, you know? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take one of these beers, I'm gonna insert it and get it on our grill that's up to ideal temperature, and we're ready to rock and roll. Take your turkey, put the beer up inside of its cavity, ease it on over to our grill, which has hit an optimum temperature of 250 degrees. Nest him right down inside there. Put him breast towards the center. That way it doesn't have a chance of burning any of that nice breast meat. All right, so we got all our birds nested in there in a nice little party. Get that lid shut. We want to make sure this comes back up to a temperature of 250 degrees. You can do it 235 to 250. It's just going to take a little longer if you do it 235. Our optimum temperature for the internal temperature of the meat is 160 degrees. It's important. You don't want to make nobody sick. This little gadget right here is important to have. It's a meat thermometer. You're going to want to check this in two different spots on the bird when you start getting closer. You're going to put it on the inner thigh and one of the thicker pieces of meat. Be careful not to get it too close to the bone because the bones heat up quicker than the meat does. So you, like I said, you want to put this in there when it gets near the end and make sure that your meat is at 160 degrees minimum. Now the formula for that is if you're going to be cooking at 250 degrees, it's about 30 to 40 minutes per pound of turkey you got on there. So if you're doing it at 250, follow it, like I said, 30 to 40 minutes per pound. So I'm going to let this come up to temperature. I'm going to stoke it with some apple wood chips, get that happy smoke rolling on there and start building our flavors. I'll come back to you in a minute. I'm going to stoke this fire and we'll see where we're going. Okay, it's been more than a minute. It's been about 6 hours since we put these turkeys inside this barrel smoker here. And 6 hours, that's about 6 beers. So let's take a look at these bad boys. By now the internal temperature should be somewhere around 110 degrees. Holy smokes, you gotta check these things out. God, these puppies look good enough to eat, but not yet. We still got about another 4 to 5.5 hours till these things finish up. So that means another 4 to 6.5 beers. I'll catch you guys in a little while when it's time to pull these suckers off when the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees. Cheers. 14 hours later, 12 more beers, our birds are ready. They've hit an internal temperature of 165 degrees, while our smoker's been running at 250 degrees all day. I've stoked this thing with wood chips all day long, apple wood, to give it that nice rich flavor. It's time to take this bad boy out and let it rest for about 10 minutes before we cut into it. Yeah, these puppies are sizzling good. You gotta be real careful because that beer inside is hot. The turkey is heavy and hot. So let's get it out of there and onto our resting pan. Look at that bad boy. We gotta let it sit for a few minutes. I'm gonna take this inside and let it rest and redistribute juices. Catch you on the inside. So our birds have rested for 30 minutes. It's time to cut into these bad boys and see what we've been working with here. Oh yeah. Now don't worry about the pink color of the meat. Normally that would signify that it's not cooked properly. But with smoked turkey, it changes it chemically, so you're going to get a pink color to it. Oh, that is ridiculously good. I hope you guys try this at home. Enjoy the beers along the way while you're making your beer butt turkeys. And remember, never trust a skinny cook.